Hey, what's up, guys? Back on the Toyota build here, flip, and got the hood pretty much in shape. Bent the back down. This line here over here is pretty good now. I got this line pretty good. I still got to bend this a little bit, move the fender forward, and move the hood forward. But I got a pretty good line up to here. But this is going to go forward about 1/4 of an inch, and that's going to give me a space like that. The other thing to keep in mind when you guys are doing stuff like this is you gotta measure. So if the thing got hit in the front, hey, you want to measure the bottom of the frame to the ground. Make sure the ground's level so you got the same measurement. So you want to measure this side and this side. As long as you get it within 1/8 of an inch, you're okay. And then the same thing, I put 3/4 nose on. So as I come up here, I need this side the same as this side. This side was fine, it was never hit. So I need to find a point that's the same. Measure it, this side, whatever it says, I need the same on this side. That way there, once you get everything shut, I got the hood shut, I got the latch good, I put a little coat of undercoating on everything. So this is pretty straight here. I still might have to knock the hood a little more. And I'm the same level from this fender to the ground as this fender to the ground. So I'm pretty square. So something else you can do if you're having problems or you can't move the frame around, you can shim the body. So you can shim the side up. Again, the same measurement here is over there. So now when you look at this, it's going to be nice and straight, right? So some of the stuff I reused, I smashed it down, I straightened it out. But all this stuff's going to get covered up. And it looks pretty good. And at the end of the day, once I put the bumper on, then I put the grill in and I do a little body work up on here, the average guy isn't going to be able to tell nothing. Again, you can shim it at the radiator support to get the two sides even. So I got the latch working, all this stuff. So I'm waiting on a grill to come in. Once I get the grill, then I'll get that all set, put the radiator in it, and work on getting it running. I gotta put a cable. I'm probably gonna put a new one. The cable's frayed a little bit. So I'm trying to get the level with the screwdriver. So now I got all this working. This goes up nice. Like I say, I still got to pull the hood forward a little bit. And the other thing is I want to find a point on this side that wasn't hit, and I measure across. So that little leg goes inside the hood hinge, so I measured from that corner to this corner. And then from this corner come on, you got it. From here, come on, to here. So it's 61 inches. So when I measure X is 61 inches. Same thing, if I do anything, I had a frame problem or I'm trying to straighten it out, you can see in the video, this wheel's kicked out a little bit. The control arms are fine, it's the shock. The shock tower in there is a little bent, so I've got to replace the shock and then the wheel will be straight as an arrow. But again, if I got whacked in the back and it moved the frame a little bit, you got to try and straighten it. And then and same thing, measure that side, if that side's still good, and fix it to this side, same measurements. And if the wheelbase was moved around, or it kicked the rear end forward, or you're on a leaf spring or whatever, same thing. You gotta do the wheelbase. So now you go from the center of the wheel to the center of the wheel. Same on both sides, that's gonna get the car going straight down the road. And the same thing, if I'm doing any other frame, I can X it. Always X, and that's gonna get you back straight. So overall, this project's coming pretty good. And again, I don't spend much time on it, 20 minutes, 30 minutes, you know, and I just did the patch just to show some people how to do, you know, you can fix most of the stuff. You don't always have to buy it, or if it's something that's hard to get or rare, which I love the AMXs, AMC cars, those parts are hard to get. So, you know, unless you want to spend a fortune, you got to fix the old stuff and make it nice again, you know. So the same thing. So put this down. Shuts pretty nice. Like I say, this side's pretty good. Probably next week, I got some other stuff I got to get back on the Camaro, so I got to get that running and fix the carburetor. But next week, I'm probably gonna pull these dents out. There's a dent here, dent, 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 dent. And then that's probably gonna be it. I'll straighten it on that line on the fender a little bit more, and then I'll mud this up. And I'm gonna do it fast. I'm gonna use the big hog sander and rip it down, get a nice shape to it, and then I'll carve it in. But it'll go pretty fast, and I'll show you how to do that. But overall, we're looking pretty good. Trying to save some money. We straightened the bumper out on the other video. I'm going to knock it a little better. If it looks real nice, you know, it might have one crease in it because it was folded in half. But if it looks good enough, I'll leave it chrome. If it doesn't look up to par, because the rest of the truck's actually really nice. So if not, then I'll black it out. I'll black the bumper and black the grill, and then have no chrome, only this on the front. Or maybe I'll black this out too to match the grill. It just depends. But if the bumper looks good, then we'll bolt it on. And again, the same thing. So here's my bumper holes here. I'm gonna have to knock this one because I can see it's bent a little bit, and that one's straight. So whatever looks right, if it's that one that's right, then I'm gonna match this one to that one. Bend it back, then I'll stick the bumper on and see how it looks. If it looks pretty good, then I'll put the plastic on the bottom. That's another piece of plastic we're gonna need. And then I gotta get the grill coming. Then I also need the condenser. The condenser was bent in half, couldn't fix it. So I'm gonna put a condenser and a radiator, a couple new lines we've gotta put in, transmission mount, and then we'll fire it up and see what we got. But this is a low mileage Toyota V6. Everybody loves these things. They fix them up left and right. So, but again, a couple hours here, a couple hours there. It's going to end up being a pretty nice truck again. And then I'll show you guys how to kind of detail under the hood so it looks the part. You know, this already got a new timing belt and all that stuff inside. I checked it. I pulled the cover. That's the other thing I'm going to do, fix the cover on another video. But that's it for today. So you saw what I did is I cut that apart. I put the come along onto something else and I pulled it where I need to pull it, and then I welded the piece in to make it straight. You don't need a frame machine. You use what you got. You know what I'm saying? I've seen people make engine hoists and turn that into a little frame puller. Again, if you got something, a tree or whatever, another car, chain the car down or chain the car across, and then you can pull the opposite way. You know, and if it's you don't have any hydraulic ram that you can use, and you got a welder, then you just put some cuts around it 3/4 of the way, and then let it come back into place, or heat it and let it come back. And then if you cut it, you weld it back up. Put a plate in, weld it back up. What you gotta make sure is you make it safe, no matter what. Is make it safe. If you make a nice, safe car, then you don't have any problem selling them, you know? If the car's not safe, then the people end up hating you. You gotta just, make sure you do a good job, double check everything so it comes out nice. Everybody makes mistakes, but you gotta limit your mistakes. That's why I say check everything 3 times. And then at the end of the day, the job will come out real nice. Again, like and subscribe if you like what you're seeing. I'm going to have some other cool videos coming up, some of the older cars. That's kind of what I do during the day, is fix the older stuff. So, and I got a couple restoration projects coming up. C10, 72, IROC Z, and I got to finish the couple that are here. All right, guys, have a great night.